Yeah, we go.
Yeah. Hello.
Happy 420.
Happy 420. And it is happy indeed.
It is happy.
Happy Monday.
It's been yeah. Yeah, it's
I
been
mean,
pretty
it
good.
was better than crappy Sunday and shitty Saturday that I had.
I had to work, and you had to work.
I guess the Sunday wasn't shitty. It was the shitty Saturday.
And it was snowing up by you, right?
Yes, it snowed. It snowed 6 inches, or so, and it's all gone. It's all melted.
Yeah, it snowed 6 inches at the end of May. So, welcome to Colorado, everybody.
I just feel bad for some of the trees. Like, it was heavy, wet snow, so
Yeah.
some of the trees were like, "Wah, wah," and definitely some of the flowers were like, well, peace out.
Maybe they'll come back.
They will. There were a lot of them hung out, but some of them just, again, that weight of that snow. So I think we just need a couple good sunny days, which is like partly cloudy today. I don't know if it's like trying to weather again, but
We have smoke in the air. You can tell there's a little haze going on in the air. There's wildfires in New Mexico right now, and there are some in the surrounding areas of Colorado too, small ones that have been happening. So yeah, it's gonna be a crazy season.
Let me jump onto the little Facebook and do a little posty post, see if we can't get some more people.
What's up, here. Kelly? I figured people
were... I was like, where
is everybody?
Hey, Kel.
There she is. Probably Next will be in here. Cousin will be in here soon. Hopefully Schnooks will be in here. We are trying to, juggle all of the balls, if you will. Balls. And Discord has unfortunately taken a little bit of a hit, but some of y'all have been on vacation anyway, from what I hear. So I was aimed at your cousin. He ain't even here to defend himself.
I'm hungry. My stomach keeps growling. I'm sorry. I'm just distracted.
So if you're in here, say hello. Tell us that you're here, because our numbers do not reflect that. This is the Cannabis Closet Podcast with Canna Queen and MJ. I'm Canna Queen. She's MJ. That way. She's MJ. And we are the Cannabis Closet Podcast. We are also Queen Kitty Seltzer. So check us out.
Sorry, I guess I should have said hello, because I know people will be right. That was, I was waving. Wave, Could you not hear me waving? Y'all?
Right. Yeah. So we don't have a guest today, as you can tell. Maybe, or maybe you figured it out. So we're just gonna hang out.
Jump on last minute.
I mean, totally open to that idea. We do have a couple things that are we can talk about, though. So just a disclaimer, it's about that time. You are about to get highly educated with the Cannabis Closet Podcast with Canna Queen and MJ. This is an adult content show with no limitations on subject, language, or actions. Opinions, views, and expressions may or may not be that of the host, their subsidiaries, or any guests. If you aren't sure, you can ask us. Don't worry, we'll tell you. Or you can just take a good look at our faces. Usually that expression is pretty evident. Evident. It's time to get the session started. Thanks for rolling up and showing up. Enjoy the show. So it's just us and Kelly today. That's cool.
When are we going to talk about tornadoes with you on the show, Cal?
Yeah, she does need to come on and talk about tornadoes. We need to schedule her.
I take it you survived tax season.
Congratulations.
That you're here with us today.
MJ also survived tax season.
Barely. I'm glad we can laugh now.
Yeah. You guys, I want to be a lobbyist. I can't wait to move to Denver. I'm going to talk to somebody about getting my lobbying career started because I really do want to affect change in cannabis. And I don't understand. I don't understand why we're still waiting on cannabis legalization in 2022. Do you know how much money we've made? I mean, my God, so much money in cannabis. In 2019 was the highest year that cannabis lobbying, or the highest earnings of that year, of this chart was 2019, 5.17 million dollars in raised funds. And so I don't understand, like, how much more money do we need to prove that we can make? What's up, Next? Glad to see you here. It says that you're not, but it's fine. We recognize that you're here and we appreciate you. It doesn't count everybody. I don't even know if this is the counter for Twitch. Honestly, I don't know if we have a counter for Twitch. This could be like our YouTube counter.
I feel like maybe.
And I feel like we don't have a Twitch
Facebook
counter.
Too.
And Facebook doesn't have a counter, but if they heart or like it, then we'll be able to tell. Or something like that. I don't know.
I don't even know when you're like, oh, I'm like, I have no idea what you're looking at. I can see the comments and I can see like
right up in the corner right there.
Yeah, we're just one.
This is one eyeball.
Yeah, one eyeball. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the YouTube eyeball.
Okay.
I don't think that's our Twitch eyeball. I don't think Twitch has an eyeball.
Okay.
And I don't think Facebook does either.
Hmm.
But it might have like a like thing. If you like it, then we'll be able to tell that you're here or something. I don't know. I don't care. You could just talk to us in the comments. So check it out. I was reading this article. I got a copy of this magazine. This High Times magazine. This is the advocacy issue. It's the January issue of High Times. And I was reading this, and they were talking about lobbying and some lobbying issues. And there were some things that I didn't even like I know these things, but then I just like don't even like nobody think if I'm not thinking about it, y'all ain't probably thinking about it. But okay, so you guys know that the MORE Act passed in sorry, I just lost my train of thought, lost my place actually, not my train of thought. The Morehouse passed in the House, but it's sitting waiting for a vote in the Senate. So if they're just going to sit on it. They're just sitting on it in the Senate right now. Just kind of letting it sit out in purgatory, basically, according to this article. We always talk about voting and how important it is to vote and understand who you're voting for and what you're voting for. You really do need to understand this because, like, y'all, not y'all that are in the room, but y'all that are hearing my voice, maybe, or some people who might hear this podcast, some of y'all are actually contributing to the inability to change the industry for the better because you continue to vote for people who continue to vote against us. I'm not telling you to vote on one issue, but generally speaking, those individuals are not for the people. They don't do much for the people if you actually look at their real record. And like the Safe Banking Act, how fucking, like, why wouldn't we pass that? Why wouldn't you want, I know why. It's the feature, not the flaw, to put us in a position where we have to like launder money, basically.
I just feel like it keeps that capability. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being negative, but that whole idea of just keeping it illegal for, in so many ways. So these loopholes to hem people up, and not
I would
really.
like for somebody to with a good knowledge of finance and like I mean, can somebody please explain to me how the federal government can both call it illegal enough to not allow us to put our money in banks and then in the next fucking breath tell us that we owe them fucking federal income tax? What?
I know,
What?
but that, you know, and again, it's like
You won't even, that's taxation without representation, in my opinion.
right, and I don't know. I've also I need to be more involved. I feel like they're like we were talking about a book club earlier. I feel like we should have like monthly lobbying meetings or discussions like this to talk about, you know, how we can, you know, what find out what is going on in my town and how I can, you know, and what my representatives are doing and, you know, and the places where we are, you know,
Right.
like, and so that we can connect with those legislators and
Did you guys know
representatives.
like cannabis is legal in DC?
But you
Let
can,
let think
you know,
about
and you
it.
can buy it legally in DC and go home to your, you know, to your home and then be illegal.
Get
So it's
arrested.
just, and yes, and get arrested. And so it's just uh, boggles the mind, right? Like,
Explain
is
it.
this makes
Make it
you
make sense.
things that make you go, Uh,
Make it make please make it make sense. The consensus
hmm.
thinking in Washington is that the SAFE Act could easily pass the Senate if brought for a vote, but they won't. But it will not for however long let's see blah, 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 easily pass, but it will not for however long that Schumer keeps pushing it for his own more comprehensive bill. Conversely, odds of passing whatever Schumer presents are low, and given that the divided Senate lacks 60 votes to support it, they should just go with the Safe Banking Act, as Schumer's presenting an act called the Cannabis Administrative and Opportunity Act, I believe, which is
Sounds
more
like sorry.
yeah,
Sounds like a title meant to benefit a handful of a few.
right. Despite an historical fractious political scene, polling by Pew Research Center shows that 91% of U.S. adults support cannabis for medical use, while Gallup reports that 68% support cannabis for adult use. So that's like people support this, but your representatives are blocking it. Like they're physically like not even doing anything to push it through. They're ignoring it. They're pretending it doesn't exist. If Republicans take over the Senate in 2022, the odds for legalization of cannabis will essentially evaporate for however long they hold power. And should the Democrats maintain and grow their majority in the halls of Congress, legal cannabis lobbyists progress seems much likelier within 2 to 3 years. That's still too long. They should act on their promises. They promised us cannabis decriminalization at the very minimum, and they still haven't even done that.
Right. Why does it have to be set for 2 years? Like, why can't they? It's not like this is a brand new situation that they're looking into.
It's not like
Right.
it's not popular. We just read you the numbers. It's super popular. It even people who don't use it understand that it's fine and are supportive. And literally they're blocking it by not even addressing it. They're just saying we're not gonna talk about it.
Just not
Like
gonna talk
Bruno.
about it. Doesn't exist. No big
They're
deal.
gonna talk about it like Bruno.
We're we don't talk
The MORE
about.
Act is their legalization act. The Safe Banking Act would be beneficial for us as businesses, so that we don't have to have these conversations or find banks that will accept us or tell the, or hide behind a parent company. What was that?
I have no fucking idea. Something just like a sound went through my headphone. It was like a whoop, and like scared the shit
No,
out of me.
we heard it, and I don't know what it was, but
Yeah.
that's interesting. You did jump. That was funny.
Like, and then I was like, because I did something on my phone, I was like, but my phone's not connected to this, so I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck just happened?
It's probably telling you to get off the phone and pay attention to the show.
Well, I'm trying to post stuff for us too, so and
That's
get
true.
people to join us. So I'm on our Insta and our Facebook, and
Y'all go like us. solo.to/cannabis closet 420.
share and
Like,
share.
share, tell your friends we're here
Tag your
every
people that would like us, and that means
yeah.
everybody, because
Put
everybody
them in the
likes
comments. Put them in the comments.
I mean,
Yeah, tag everybody because everybody likes us. That's true. So the other thing,
or at
you
least
guys,
what we talk about. You may not like us, but at least you like something we talk about.
whatever. If you don't like us, then it's probably your fault, not mine. Not your fault, MJ, but like their fault for not liking us. It's not our fault that you don't like us. It's your fault that you don't like us. Like you're the one with the problem, not us. Is what I'm trying to say.
I hear you.
What I was gonna say also. Oh, this is probably gonna be maybe a short show, but we might get on a tangent about something. But yeah, we'll probably keep it short today. And then we have Stanford coming on Wednesday.
Yeah, Stanford Fraser.
Yes. And he yeah, so we're gonna have him on. He's gonna talk about he's running a campaign right now, and we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk about what's going on in Maryland.
Yes, Maryland County Council at Large.
Yes. And so that's a position where he can make this help make decision and help he'll be part of the lawmaking process in a lot of situations
for his community.
For his community.
And he is a Harvard Law graduate, which is why I did our poster in red.
Oh,
yes.
That was very nice. Oh, you know what? You just made me think of something because of the red, but I was just thinking, did you see, I got something to be mad about today.
Okay.
I didn't even remember this, but did you see the post that V put up today about Walmart? Have you guys seen what Walmart's doing?
No.
Have y'all seen? Okay, so if you just Google Juneteenth and Walmart, I
ice cream
cannot.
They're making ice cream.
So there's a couple things. There's the ice cream, and then there's just there's another one. There's another one where there's just a bunch of like party plates, napkins.
Okay, I'm reading a Newsweek article.
Cups and stuff. It's check out V's page. She's got it on here too. Okay. I definitely commented about this. There was zero people of color in the room when this decision was made. I'm going to say that. There's a napkin or a flag or something. What is this? There's a napkin and it has an American flag design, but the background is black and the stripes are in red, yellow, and green. And then it says, I don't know if it's a napkin or what it is. Maybe these are koozies. These are koozies. And then this is one koozie. It's the American flag, but the colors on the stripes are changed. And then, you guys, I'm not making this up. You could go look it up. There's a fucking koozie, and it says it's the freedom for me.
This is so wrong.
This is, first of all, let me tell you something. I'm not surprised by Walmart trying to profit off of this. That is not surprising at all. Mm-hmm. This is very gross. You guys, what the actual fuck here? Mm-hmm. This is not okay. This is, what are you catering? Who are you catering to? Who made this decision? Who made this decision? And then behind the ice cream thing, let's see if I can find that, because that was on one of the pages that I follow. The ice cream thing, there's a little conspiracy theory around that, surrounding that. Let's see if I can find that. Oh, here it is. So,
This is
so
disgusting.
if you're at Walmart and you're thinking of buying the one on the left, take a few seconds to look for and buy the one on the right. So what happened is, it's Walmart brand. It's the Great Value brand. They made a Juneteenth ice cream. So they made the Juneteenth ice cream in red velvet and cheesecake is the flavor that they made it in. Walmart recently started carrying a brand called Creamalicious. This brand, Creamalicious, is a Black-owned company. And so I'm not sure if they're undercutting this company, but instead of choosing a variety of any other flavors that might represent a summer, I wouldn't call it I mean, it's a celebration. It's a reflection. It's more of a reflection, I would say, but I don't really want to speak on it because I am who I am. But basically, this is very disrespectful. But basically, Creamalicious just released also their red velvet and cheesecake flavor. So Walmart has red velvet and cheesecake flavored Juneteenth celebration ice cream. So Juneteenth is more of a celebration of culture, but it's also a reflection on history, and like they're just making it a Hallmark holiday is what they're doing, and then they're taking their Great Value brand and they're undercutting, most likely undercutting pricing for a Black-owned company that they just agreed to carry. So it's a little suspicious. It's a little, I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn, and I could be, and you guys definitely should call me on it if that's the case. But I just feel like it looks a little gross from my standpoint, and I don't think that I think that there were a majority, if not all, white people in the room when these decisions were being made.
It's definitely disgusting, and I'm like I said, I'm scrolling through the Newsweek article that's just commenting, kind of say
It's the freedom for me. Koozies are and I mean, come the fuck on.
why they trademarked the word Juneteenth. That's so
Walmart did.
That's is so. The Newsweek article that I'm reading says Walmart was recently slammed for this, in honor of this national holiday. While Juneteenth, the day that commemorates the end of slavery in the U.S. and is celebrated on June 19th, was only made a federal holiday in 2021. The declaration that the day was made a federal holiday saw backlash from prominent voices on Twitter who claimed that making it a holiday wasn't enough.
Because it's that thing we go back to where Marla was saying it, and I fully agree with like how we have to have a month for everybody. Like this day has meaning and there's history behind it. There's history behind why. Anyways,
so he goes on to say the ice cream, which is a red velvet flavor, also has a trademark logo by the word Juneteenth. Loving Good, this is the person that's commenting, posted a screenshot, questions to the Walmart representative asking the word Juneteenth, why the word Juneteenth has been trademarked. It's, I mean, they're like reading a bunch of tweeters. I knew when they declared Juneteenth as a holiday, it was just a bone being thrown at Black people in typical gaslighting fashion. Walmart's new action to trademark a Black American moment of historical significance is the epitome of white supremacy in action. And then
yeah. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? I just
And then a lot of people are mentioning the black owned brand with the same flavor, and Walmart ripping it off. Like, goodness, like
they were like, why didn't they choose like any other flavor? Like why specifically red velvet and cheesecake for a Juneteenth flavor?
and being that it's the same as this company that's releasing theirs, like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
put this brand on your shelves and then you stole it
And then you stole it and you probably priced them out.
and outprice them, right? And
Yeah.
so we're at what, $2 less, and so
And then you put these graphics on it that make people think that it's like this.
do you think that that's the thing? It's like, okay, do you think that
There are going to be some people that buy into that bullshit, but let me say something to you guys. If it's not black owned, don't buy it.
don't buy it?
Don't buy it. Don't fucking buy it.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it. It's for Juneteenth, or anything. I mean, not for any, you know what I'm saying. But like seriously, buy black owned, because this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart comes in, steals their shit, whitewashes it, calls it their own, puts a little label on it to entice people to buy it. It's so gross. It's so gross.
And it's so easy to find, now with social media and everything, you can find black owned companies, you can find
For
local,
everything. Because guess
you
what?
can find and support, and it does not
Because
have
guess
to be.
what? Black people own businesses, y'all. I mean, like seriously, I can't stand that they made it a federal holiday either, because like you knew immediately when they did that this is what was going to happen. People in corporations were gonna bank off of it.
Someone asked at Walmart, if you're so clearly feeling moved to celebrate Juneteenth, I guess all Black employees will have the option of either a paid day off or double time that day, right?
Right.
Right.
Or even a livable wage. They don't have to use assistants to buy their food or put gas in their car or pay their rent. They work over, people at Walmart work 40 plus hours a week. How about you pay them a living wage so that they can pay their rent, and so that they can not live in your parking lot if they so choose not to. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. And then this ignorant shit right here. It makes me bad, man. It makes me mad because I feel like we rant about it, right? But like, what do we do about it? But I'm gonna keep ranting about it.
Yeah, keep ranting and talking about it and sharing, because some people just, they don't. Again, when we talk about social media and what you see, it's geared towards you don't see everything. Like, people won't see V's post. People won't see this Walmart thing, or they'll go into the Walmart and like, it's just, it's interesting to see.
And P.S. by the way, hey, P.S. by the way, 4th of July, you guys, stop it. Same shit. They just fucking took this holiday and they're making a fuck ton of money for us to go out and buy American flag shit. Some of y'all already know this, but there are people out there. There are people out there right now living their best lives, mad at a man like Colin Kaepernick for kneeling during a racist national anthem because of the police brutality against Black and brown majority men and women and children in this country. Mad at him for disrespecting the flag, and these same motherfuckers will walk into Old Navy and buy some American flag t-shirts and shorts and wear them on their person,
which is a direct violation of the flag
code.
Our
flag code it distinctly says not to do that.
Not to do that.
Don't do it. Don't let our American flag be destroyed. But I'm walking past this guy's house with a Trump sign in his window with his American flag just all tattered and torn. Like, you don't even take it down in the rain. And additionally, it's a piece of material. It's a piece of material. Do you hold that more near and dear than human fucking lives? We kneel for that flag all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When you kneel in the name of God during the national anthem, not a problem.
It's an honor, you know, and that's, yeah, it's
When you kneel
recognition.
when you kneel to to mourn a loss of a fellow comrade in arms, you would kneel in front of that American, not a problem, right? But when we kneel to bring attention to fallen brothers and sisters, innocents, most of them, almost all of them, didn't deserve to die, all of them. None of them deserve to die. We can't kneel for that.
I know.
What?
It's,
and then
it's
you
crazy.
go out and put on some fucking swim trunks next to your wiener with my American flag on it.
Sorry.
And you call Colin Kaepernick disrespectful? Get the fuck out of here with that.
I know. It's a little insane. And again, you know, people pick and choose like what they want to, you know, stand up for, but then they don't, you know, they don't really like do their, they just get behind whatever is being spewed to them versus actually understanding what is going on. You know,
y'all are in a full-blown cult too, by the way. Y'all know who I'm talking to. It's weird. It's weird. Don't turn. Okay, first of all, regardless of what their past careers were, it's fine. It's whatever. But quit making a celebrity out of our elected officials. Can we stop making them celebrities for being an elected official? That's some bullshit. Also, you should not be making more money while people in your responsible territory are living in their cars and eating out of trash cans, not voluntarily. Okay, people do that. Sometimes it's a lifestyle. It's like save the earth. But for people who are not doing it voluntarily, there are two. Okay, fine. I'm not going to, whatever. Do you, boo-boo.
Do you, but I would, yes.
Don't invite me to dinner, but do you. Like, straight up. You ever watch that? There was a show. When I was in India, we used to watch this show. It was one of the only shows that would come in that we could understand what was going on. And it was like a show about fetishes. And I think it was like on like an MTV type of channel. They got American channels. I don't know. But anyway, American broadcast. But there was this like fetish show. So they would talk about these different people that did these like weird different things. What does it mean when your nose is itching? And I'm not a cokehead, so that's not
always someone's thinking about you.
I know. Like my nose is like, anyways, or I have allergies.
About you.
They talking shit behind my back. When I pull up, they salute. Okay. Anyways, thank you, Kevin Gates. I took that. Anyway, but I was watching this show, and there was this couple. There was a couple of them. There was this couple on one of the episodes, and they strictly got their whole diet out of dumpster diving. And then they invited some people over to their house for dinner. And I was like, oh, no, sir. I was like, absolutely the fuck not. I cannot do it. So, like, they weren't just picking up. It wasn't just like, you know, a loaf of bread that was thrown out or stuff like that. It was like rotting lettuce.
That's like the thing. It's like I get the idea, and you know, but it is. I'm like, I don't know about like standing outside some of the dumpsters here in Vail. Like that, people might be eating mighty fine if they, you know, like
depends on where you live. Could I be homeless in Vail? Maybe in the summer. Not this summer because it's snowing in May, but you know, they are rich out there. They throw away nice stuff, and so maybe. But yeah, like if I had to, and that's my point, is that why are elected officials making a fuck ton of money and living life lavishly, and why does Nancy Pelosi have like 7 refrigerators or however many, and people in their areas of responsibility are eating out of trash can. And I'm not talking about like a few people. I'm talking about like en masse.
Yeah.
People have to find a way.
Right.
And if people in your area of responsibility are having to struggle to find a way, then maybe you should release some of your earnings into the community to help fix those problems, instead of they would, if you have, I don't listen,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like
be
like you
honest with
should be
you.
required to invest in your constituents.
Listen,
How about
I
that?
don't have I'm not going to say I know everything about this. Somebody can come on and school me and I would be happy to listen to you. But listen, I don't know the requirement on having more than one job when you work as an elected official. But from what I understand, you are not supposed to have any side gigs. So you only get paid what you get paid as your congressional stipend. That should also include that you should not be able to be paid by big corporations and big banks. You should not be able to take that money
No.
and live a rich and lavish lifestyle while your constituents are dying of hunger, dying of drug overdoses because fentanyl is in your streets, dying of drug overdoses because your doctors and your pharmacies have overdosed them, and you let it happen. You got blood on your hands because you let it happen because they paid you to shut your fucking mouth and loosen the guidelines on what they were allowed to do to your constituents.
Yep.
None of that should be allowed. You shouldn't be able to hold office if you continue to do that. If you continue to do things against the will of your constituents, and where you have evidence that the popular, like the democratic system, right? So if the popular vote is this, then that's what we go for. And that's not what's happening in this country right now. The powerful and the rich have taken over, and I've said a million times, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong
and
with being
they're not
rich.
interested in making that change though. Like if
No,
you
not at
like
all, because they're
it's like
greedy. Right. Once you get rich, you get
and
greedy, right? I hope not. I'm not going to get greedy when we get rich. I'm going to
no, we're gonna give
continue
it back.
to,
We're gonna
like,
invest in our
yeah, we want to,
community. That's what
exactly.
we continue to say is like we want to be able to give back and promote others and do good things with with what we're doing.
Yes.
And so the more we can grow financially, the more we can grow our community. That's that's what we're looking for. And so it's not an
Absolutely.
impossible thing. There I know plenty of people that do really good things with their with the money that they have been fortunate to make.
I have a company right here that's doing really good things with the money that they are fortunate enough to make.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. And then I do have a headline that I just pulled up. So
Okay.
that one
Let's
is
do it.
awesome. I wish there was something like Colorado that here in Colorado and should be in every state. Like to be
Hmm.
honest, like they should. I hope they
Listen up,
grow.
MSOs. If you're not doing this, you're doing it wrong. I can't find the thing, and I just put a hole in the thing. I was trying to find it. I have to do it with my teeth because my hands don't do it. Anyways, I try to squeeze, but
That's what she said.
that's what she said. This article is in that High Times magazine. It is the Advocate issue from January. Um, this article was written by Jacob Cannon. So this is about a company in California called Candescent, Candescent. If you are in California and you have Candescent products in the store, purchase Candescent products. They are doing great social justice things. What are they doing? They just launched a brand called Justice Joints. Justice Joints are sold, and 100% of the profits from Justice Joints go to prisoner release and record expungement programs for those convicted of nonviolent cannabis crimes, and to establish a fair and equitable cannabis industry for those disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs. To learn more, go to justicejoints.co. They sell these joints. This is in the California regulated market. They go for under 10 each. They are 1 gram pre-rolls. And again, 100% of the profits go to prisoner projects. They have recently onboarded and are working with, what's the word I'm looking for? They're working with the Last Prisoner Project to bring more awareness to their brands and to also help with the release of prisoners. These, again, they're low cost to the consumer, so that makes them very attractive as well. And then as a consumer, when you purchase them, you are helping your community. You're helping communities that were affected more by the war on drugs than other communities were, disproportionately. That's the word I was looking for. And they come in amazing flavors. So they come in Grease Monkey, GMO, Green Crack, Ice Cherry Cookies, Lemon OG, Jack Herrera, and Rolex OG. And there's many others, but I mean, that list right there sounds
I know. I'm like,
amazing.
okay, sign me up.
Yeah, like seriously.
And
this is Adrian Sedlin, the CEO of Candescent, says, as industry participants, we feel a massive imperative to help the thousands of people still jailed for selling the same plant we do, and to increasing participation opportunities for those communities disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs. Yeah. Yeah, and they just partnered with Last Prisoner Project, which is beautiful. You can read more about that, I'm sure, if you go to High Times. This is in the January issue. It's the advocacy issue. It's an amazing article, and I wish more MSOs were doing this.
Yeah, I mean, and they should. I feel like as this is our industry again being, I don't know, again giving back to the communities and making sure that I don't know, that it's just not. I don't. It's, of course we know it's a for-profit business, and that's what we're but people are here for. But it should, I don't know, again, giving back to your community. Some of these MSOs,
you can still make a profit and give back to your community.
Yeah, some of these MSOs are not even owned by people in your community, and
that part,
no matter where you are, what community you're in, my mountain towns, like some of these boxes are not owned by, they're definitely not owned by locals. I wish last year we had $3 million because there was a whole dispensary / everything license and all like ready to go right here, and for sale. It's just like, okay, that would be amazing, but who? We don't have $3 million to just be throwing around yet.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing is that we're not actually making a profit right now. But when we do start making a profit, you can listen, if you build that into your plan, then it's built into your plan. We can start at what we can afford to let go of, be that time or money or free, like for me, free classes. You know what I'm saying? To certain individuals. Things like that are ways that I can give back without breaking the bank, without breaking my business, while I'm still trying, once I'm making a profit, that's absolutely for all of these businesses. Once we're making a profit, that's absolutely the plan. Yep. is to have a plan for a certain percentage of this profit always goes into a charity fund so that we can participate in that way financially. And then hopefully, I'm hoping actually part of the reason I really want to be in Denver is because I feel like I could be more involved in Denver.
Right.
So there's I'm hoping,
communities and outreach places.
Yeah, there's more opportunity for that kind of advocacy and activism. And so actually we kind of briefly talked about this before we went on the air with the Colorado Connection on Denver Public Radio. You guys definitely go check that out. But we were talking before, and Ian had said, "Is anybody interested in lobbying?" And I was like, "Hand up! I
Yeah.
am interested.
Yeah.
It's what I want to do. I want to help make the changes that we need to make in our cannabis community. I want to help, with creating the laws and making sure that they're good for, the communities and not just for the corporations and the MSOs." And I keep using that term, you guys. It's multi-state operation for anybody that doesn't know what MSO means. But so yeah, I really want to do that. And so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get into a culture of that where I can also donate some of my time and energy into focusing on those kinds of things.
Right. And then I feel like with you being centralized in Denver, then it'll trickle over to me. And then I can, in my community, be making them aware of things that are going on in Denver, because even we've talked about it. I've been some of my people up in Steamboat, just they're like getting to county, getting to meetings that are down in Denver. We can't we can't necessarily get
so
there.
we
don't get the information that it's going on in time and to plan. And so they end up not going or whatever. And so
so what if we had people that brought it back?
Right.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And again, connecting with the community, I am so looking forward to, or just talking, we keep talking about it, but I would love connect community meetups in our areas. I have so many people that are isolated and lonely, not because of COVID. They were isolated and lonely before COVID, just for one reason or another. And having a safe space to go and not be judged for the way you medicate or the way you live your life. And I just want to create a safe space for that for everyone,
I totally get that, because sometimes when we go out, I feel even though I'm out and there's people around, I feel isolated, because this is my common form of imbibing in any way, like medicinally or otherwise. This is it.
Right. That you're, not your glass of wine.
I'm not. I don't drink at the bars. I don't even, no shots for me. No, thank you. I drink water at the bar. Sounds boring. Not boring.
You drink CBD seltzer at the bar.
I drink CBD seltzer at the bar. That's right. So, but sometimes I feel like alienated a little bit, because I'm not getting drunk with everybody. And I hate that. And so, yeah, I mean, being a non-drinking consumer of cannabis is sometimes isolating, for sure.
Right. Yeah. And I have several people that are in that same. I actually need to reach out to them. I message them on occasion and just to check in, because
it's because of the way legalization has happened that we feel this way. Look, legalization has happened, yes, but stigma has not gone away.
No.
So then where's my bar that I can go to and smoke a joint or have a THC seltzer or CBD seltzer or whatever? Where's my bar for that? Right. And I don't have a place to go for that where that's a common thing. No, I have to go into your bar where we're drinking alcohol, and maybe I can get a CBD seltzer there if they're carrying it. You should be. Queen Kitty Seltzers, holla. But it's still more socially acceptable to be drinking and drunk than it is to be smoking and high.
Yeah.
Or drinking and high, or eating and high, or just high.
I want to talk to you about your RC trucks and such, because I've been seeing your pictures and stuff, and that looks like a blast.
Guys, don't hesitate to send us an email and tell us that you are interested in hanging out with us, because we will absolutely plan a show where we just bring people on and we just bullshit and banter. I mean, that's what we're kind of doing here today, but Wednesdays are usually going to be that day that we do that. And we won't necessarily have a slated topic or anything. We'll just get on here and kind of bullshit about like meet new and interesting people. And so if you guys are ever interested in something like that, hit us up, cannabiscloset420@gmail.com, and let us know, hey, I want to come hang out with you on the show. I would love to talk about this. And yeah, then we'll get you into a slot. We'll get you into a slot. But don't come on our show and be quiet. You got to come on our show and be talking.
Yes.
And don't come on our show and be mean to us either, because I'll kick you off.
So this is we called this Manifest Monday. We were like, what are we doing today? And we're like manifesting our upcoming shows. If you're listening to this before June, we're looking for June guests. We're doing a roll call. And it is Pride Month, so we want to focus on guests that
we are
that want to promote their community, who their businesses, and so we're calling out. So if you know anyone, please share our information.
If you are anyone,
solo.to/cannabiscloset420, cannabiscloset420@gmail.com. There's so many ways to get a hold of us. We're
we're easy to contact.
We are we may not post every day on our socials, but we do get our messages. And we are
going to be that a lot. We're working on it.
We are going to be posting on our socials every day. We talk about it. We're doing it. We're getting there. I've figured out how I can, again, like you were talking about today, where you're like, fuck it, why am I scrolling? And you sat down and you read the mag, to do something with purpose, get online with purpose, and to have the things ready for me, like having an edited photo, knowing which photos that I like, just taking that time to go through and favorite the millions of photos, that I have, and pick out ones that I would actually post, instead of being like, oh, there's 5 of them, which do I do? Oh, I'm not going to post because it took me too long.
Yeah. This is one of the best parts of this magazine, you guys.
It's cool how the sunlight is shining off of it right now. It's kind of given its own little effect.
The best part of this.
It's like nug porn.
Yeah, it is. I felt like a teenager. Like, is this my like? What is it? What'd you call? What was our magazine called when we were younger? Highlight? No, that's a kids magazine.
Highlight, yes, highlights. I did those.
I loved highlights magazines. I would still do a highlight magazine.
What was the teen one that I read?
Like Spin and like we had all kinds of good ones. But yeah, I did. I mean, I had to be so forceful with myself today. I had to be like if you're gonna sit here and smoke this blunt and listen to Dateline, then you got to actually do something productive with this 30 minutes. Like this 30 minutes, like you get up at 5:30 for a reason. That's me talking to me.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to be up at 5:30, you just well make it work, make it happen. Like if you already go back to bed. And then the other me was like, okay,
17,
and I was like, no,
Schnooks. 17 Schnooks. I was like, oh, it was a number.
That
lasted
forever. Like, so that lasted forever because look, Schnooks is like Schnooks. How old are you, Schnooks? If you don't mind me asking. You remember when they used to say it was rude to ask a woman her age? It's because men don't let us just be our age. It's like, fuck, we always trying to be younger. Anyway, society's men, not y'all. Y'all are non-toxic. We know. But I feel like you're at least 2 decades younger than me. And 17 was something that you also had access to, and it was toxic for you as well. Well, imagine how toxic it was in the early 90s. The late 80s and early 90s of those magazines were... Well, what was a Tiger Beat? We had Did you have Tiger Beat? I had Tiger Beat. Y'all, I was in love with a conservative Christian. I didn't even know it. I didn't even know what a conservative Christian was. But I was in love with Kirk.
Thank you, Kelly. Kelly's like, it's been around for ages, ladies. We're on both sides of
We're
us
like,
now.
yeah. Is it still out? Is it still out and being toxic? Kirk Cameron was my heart. I loved Kirk Cameron. Yeah, craziness. It's crazy. Anyways, those were toxic magazines. They were very toxic. Tiger Beat. What was the other one that was? Is Tiger Beat 17? There was another one that was
It
super
was like
popular.
2 letters or something. I can't figure it out in my head. It's not GQ because that's the men's magazine. But it
Yeah.
was like a women, like a
It was like a
teen.
teenagers. And there
Yeah,
was
and it was
teen too.
for
There
like
wasn't
it was
one
like
that's
for
just
like
called Teen, like Teen Magazine.
yeah, that's like when you're like I was like Teen Beat, I feel like was a thing,
Oh
but
yeah,
that
Teen Beat might have been a thing too. Tiger Beat was definitely
but I was like, and Tiger Beat sounds familiar too. So
yeah.
I'm like, oh, 17. Goodness, I spent a lot of money on that.
His sister, yeah, she was pretty. Those were the days, right? Those were the days.
I mean, that's why they keep bringing back all of our shows and doing redos of them, is because
Did you see they brought the Fire Starter back?
No.
Yo, the Fire Starter is a series on Netflix, maybe. Oh, you guys, where am I, Gen X? Oh, Kelly, you are in here too. You're Gen X. You're like on the cusp, are you? Something. Anyways,
I don't know who.
Where my Gen Xers at? You are on the cusp for sure, but you're still Gen X because you're basically my age. But anyways, but where my Gen Xers at? Can anybody tell me why they are trying to convince us that Ed McMahon did not deliver checks with balloons to people's house? They trying to say he wasn't Publishers Clearinghouse. They've cleared his record from the internets.
Yeah, it's gone. It's either a blip in the matrix, and it's this whole thing. Like what? But
whatever.
You posted it.
I was like, this is not okay. This is not like, it's making
Why
me
are they
question
trying
reality.
to convince us that things didn't happen when we know that it did?
I'm saying they're saying it's part of the Mandela effect.
And then what does that mean? Okay, so we're calling it this Mandela effect. I get it. What?
So does everybody wait first? Does everybody know what that means when we say that it's the Mandela effect? Do you guys know where that comes from? It's he most definitely did. See, she even remembers it. The Mandela effect is because people it's a large group of people believing that something happened that did not happen, like Nelson Mandela. It's the Mandela effect. I keep calling it Mandela, but it's the Mandela effect. That Nelson Mandela, I think the thing is that he died in prison or in jail. That we all remembered him, like a bunch of people remembered him dying while he was incarcerated, but in fact he did not. So then they take things from us 80s kids, like the Bernstein Bears. Fuck off. Okay, because I read those books incessantly, and now you're telling me that I remember what I read wrong, and now they're telling us Ed McMahon did not exist or work. I mean, he existed, but he didn't work for Publishers Clearinghouse. They're saying that
it wasn't a thing. That it. I mean, I'll even. I should ask my mom and dad, see if they remember that.
Yo, I remember it distinctly.
Like, I remember it too. Like, that was the one thing, because everyone was like, I want Ed McMahon to show up at my house.
Right. I dreamt of Ed McMahon showing up at my house. I dreamt of this. You're telling me my dreams were wrong?
You're telling, a whole generation of people. And again, I said it to you, but I was reading or listening to a TikToker or a thing on one of the social medias where
Fruit Loops.
Sorry. Oh yeah, I mean everyone's talking about, but where she was talking about when the shift happened and where all of kind of went through this, and then the breakdown of the time, and kind of colliding with the Mayan calendar, when everyone was like so concerned about the and Y2K and all these like essential number like happenings or whatever, and that the everyday people aren't really paying attention to that, and they're just okay with it. I don't know. I don't know if it's like an acceptance thing. Do we need to band together on this and be like, oh, I'm like, what was that?
Oh. Yeah, that's what other people, I was like, man, I wish we could have saved those things. Happy 420 in the West Coast.
West Coast.
Forgot who we were talking to. Yeah, they're saying that it's the Berenstain Bears, not the Berenstein Bears. Looney Tunes was spelled Tunes, not Toons. I disagree with that. There was never that GIF never used Jiffy, it was never called Jiffy. Like, what? And now they're telling me Ed McMahon did not work for Publishers Clearinghouse? Did you know Febreze is not spelled with two E's? It's spelled it's spelled with two E's, but not in the, you know what I'm saying?
E-Z-E. Not E-E-Z-E.
It's BREZE. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do with my life about this Ed McMahon. Oh, Oscar Mayer. That there's an A in Oscar in the Meyer, in the Mayer. It's Mayer. It's Oscar Mayer, but it's spelled M-A-Y-E-R.
No, M-E-Y-E-R. It's a song. Oscar Mayer has a name. It's whatever.
Yes.
M-E-Y-E-R.
They trying to say Skechers doesn't have a T in it, and Fruit Loops doesn't have the Fruit Loops that we only now noticed how it's spelled or whatever, that it's not spelled like it's anyways, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I don't and so does anyone think that there's a glitch in the matrix and we're living in
not the Febreze too, she said not the Febreze too.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you there's like something weird, and you guys can call me weird or not, and I am, and it's okay. I have been my whole life, but so when the was it the earthquake that like tilted, like is saying like tilted us a little bit off of our axis, right?
Yeah, that was that last year or was that this year?
No, it was like 3 years ago. It was why.
Okay, but I remember
it's been a minute, but yeah. Yes. And so, and why I noticed is because the light in my apartment changed. I used to get full sun in this bitch all the time, like reaching all the way back to the kitchen, and now I barely get it to this part of my living room.
Huh.
And I at one point I was like, why is it not sunny in here like it used to be? Like I had to close my curtains sometimes because it was too hot and too bright. And now I'm like, it barely gets into the windows. So
you think we changed timelines when that happened?
I don't know. I'm like, I'm so bad about time and memory and shit too that like I can't. I don't document stuff like this, but
I also do not.
But I see things, read things, know my own opinions on things, but yeah, and I'm not alone though. Is what I'm trying to say is possibly.
Well, yeah, I mean,
anywho's.
Okay. What color is chartreuse?
It's like a yellowish green color.
Anybody in the comments? Because I definitely did not get this right.
What color? I honestly, I don't know. I was thinking, what is a chartreuse buzzard? Because
I have always thought that chartreuse was like a pink color. Does anybody else think that it was a pink color? It's green. It's green. It's green.
okay,
Like a
Cal said
yellow,
green.
like
Yeah,
yeah.
Cal said green, yellow too.
Yeah,
Um,
I always thought it was like a pink color too. I always thought it was pink color though. I don't know why.
I
Maybe
could
somebody
see
convince
where
me
the
of that.
brain could take that. I see where the brain could take that like idea though of chartreuse, but
Yeah. You know, I'm just saying that Ed McMahon was definitely on my list of people I would have let visit my house with a big check and some
yeah,
balloons.
I would be okay with Ed McMahon knocking on my door. Like that's the only time I want a strange knock that I am not expecting someone at my door. Uh,
Exactly.
is with balloons, flowers, and a large check that is for me with my
I
name on it.
hate
Me too. I love green.
I
I
hate
love green.
Instagram is what I was gonna say. Um on our two of our posts, we have to add a paid partnership label to meet the brand content policies. We are the brand.
What we have to do? What?
Add a paid partnership label to our branded content.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
Okay, well, let's go look.
Paid partnership label. Like we have to pay Facebook to put posts about our brand.
I guess I'm not. This is not branded content. This is my content. They're like, tell us who you're. They're like, okay, if I say, they said, who are your brand partners? It's me. I'm my brand partner. Let's see if it'll let me. If it'll let me say. Let me see if it'll let me do it.
It's not been an issue. Did they? I mean, I'm sure they just.
And to change their policies, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. My headline isn't as exciting. Oh, I guess I just so Kansas is still working on a medical cannabis program. So it didn't work out for 2022, but they're uh, really hoping to get a hold on 2023. So Kansas, if you know people in Kansas, call your people and tell them you support this idea.
Yeah.
Um, and it's not going to hurt your other industries, y'all. It's not. It's
No.
not. Please also share that info. It's not. They're not going to take away your guns, and it's not going to hurt your industry.
No. I don't think they're even doing that in Hawaii anymore.
Um,
That was the only place that they were actually physically doing that.
yeah. There are certain people that have a different gene that allows them to see way more colors than the average person.
Is that like the opposite of the person who is colorblind?
I guess so.
Are they color enhanced?
Mm-hmm.
Enhance.
Like Pantone has a million colors of green, a million colers of red.
He could bring a small check in one balloon. I just saw that comment. $100? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You will take your picture with me, yes.
My little check. I'd just be like, I'm at Ed McMahon.
Balloon on a stick. Balloon on a stick. Yeah, check.
So funny.
Oh.
That would be
Oh,
hilarious.
Manifest Monday.
Well, you know what,
If
y'all? I
only
just
we knew. If only we understood manifesting back in Ed McMahon days. Like,
I'm sitting here. Whoever's spreading this vicious rumor on the internet, whoever is anonymous responsible for this. So who is responsible for this viciousness? I would like to know.
and it just goes to show like what's going on in the tech. We talk about wars and shit, or tech wars, like erasing of shit. Like,
Bro. Yes. Sorry. I called everybody bro.
um,
So do you want to play a little would you rather with the
oh
audience?
yeah, these. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Yes, all let's do it. We have a good amount of people in. Everyone chime in if you aren't already in the comments. Please jump in. It's gonna be fun. And if you join in later, I think you're gonna try and do some poll stuff on our Spotify. So
Yeah.
don't forget to
I'm
check
gonna
out our
I'm gonna
other.
pull these aside and then I'm gonna put at least one of them. If I can put multiple, I will, but I'll put at least one of them on our poll on our Spotify as well when I post this episode. Okay. The laugh is yeah, okay. Just letting you guys know what's coming. Okay. Would you rather wear a monitor that beeps when you're lying or beeps when you're attracted to someone?
Beeps when you're attracted to someone.
What do you guys think in the comments? I want to know what everybody thinks.
This is a ticker now. This is a banner.
I feel like definitely when I'm attracted to someone. Because like, is it gonna beep for a little white lie, or is it gonna like?
Or if you just
Just
don't say anything, and then it's not a lie. Like, does it beep if it knows you're not? Like,
yeah. So first of all, my little beep would go off all the time. But here's the thing: is that I don't think it would
do
go.
they know that it's beeping about being attractive?
Yeah, right. I don't know if they know that maybe some people might catch on to that. See, a lot of people are saying the lying one, and I'm like, no way. I don't want to be caught in my. If I'm lying to you, I'm lying to you for a reason.
I don't lie a lot.
Not a lot, but like,
but if I do,
okay,
it's for a reason.
Okay. Listen.
Just don't lie. Thank you. Okay, Cal,
listen.
you're looking at it
Okay,
differently. Okay.
Saint Kelly. Okay, Saint Kelly. But okay, so say your friend comes over with a baby, right? And they got the little baby, right? And then you're like, oh, what a cute baby. But their baby's not actually cute. Like, you can't tell somebody their baby ugly.
Right.
And then your beeper goes off because you was trying not to hurt your friend's feeling by telling her that she had an ugly baby.
Yeah. Like, is it like beeping like liar?
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's just beeping, but right. But if
you're
but if
hot.
it's like
you're
but if it's like your right. But if it's like your good friend or like somebody that you like love dearly and you just try not to hurt their feelings, that's still a lie, right? But they're not cute and precious. You guys have seen ugly babies before. Some of them come out and they got to grow into their ears and shit. So like
into their skin and stuff. It's like
right, like it's weird, y'all. They're like so like dependent little aliens. All babies are precious. You are a lot like you lying right now. You're beep 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 beep. she she said all babies are precious. Nuh-uh. 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 I've seen some ugly ass babies, y'all. I ain't gonna say who, but some of y'all's babies was real ugly when they was little, and they growing into their features now, and now they becoming beautiful, and that's great. It's better to be ugly early than ugly later, in my opinion. So like oh,
precious. Yes.
okay.
Okay. Next, what's
First of all, I'm a huge flirt, so I don't even fucking care if you know that if my beep 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 is going off, I hope you hear it. I hope you hear it so I could come flirt with you. That's how I feel about it. We all seen an ugly baby. Exactly, exactly. She said I would have a house full of ugly babies.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that one's harsh. Hold on, let me shake it up a little bit. Did you want to enter something here?
Nope. I'm hanging on the edge of my seat.
Oh gosh. I don't want to get too heavy at the because we're gonna wrap up with this. So I don't want to be heavy with this one. Okay, hold on. This maybe. Okay, this one's funny. Okay, you guys. Okay, you guys. What that 70s show? Oh yeah, probably they did. They probably
so
did.
did the Golden Girls.
And the Golden Girls did too. Mm-hmm. See? Okay, you guys. I would ask this one, but some of y'all are victims of the 90s, so I'll just keep it's okay. Would you rather have no eyebrows or an extra finger? Some of y'all came from the 90s though, so some of y'all already don't have no eyebrows, and I'm sorry. It was a bad trend. They don't grow back as efficiently sometimes.
Okay. I mean, it was a thing. It's like it's either pluck your eyebrows out and know you're drawing them on, or don't.
Like for the rest of your life. And I just want to shout out to all the people brave enough to get your eyebrows tattooed on your face right now. I thought about it for like a hot minute, and then I thought, wait, remember eyebrows in the 90s and how they like eyebrows change, y'all. So
yeah, styles change. I mean, I do what's best for my face. I can't do that. Like, I couldn't do the one, straight across. Like, that's the thing. Like the straight across eyebrow. I'm like, I don't know. Like, nope.
Some of us are victims of the 90s. That's what happened. Like now you gotta put them on. Yeah, it happened. Okay, this was the one I really wanted.
No one's going for a sixth finger. You don't want to be the sixth finger man.
Do you know like you know how like efficient another finger could be? Like, where is that other finger going to be located? And would
everyone
it be efficient?
Everyone would ask you.
Don't be listen. Wait, don't shake hands without telling somebody you got an extra finger.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. For the rest of your life though, so don't do like eyebrows. Then you can draw them on with the change of the times, I guess. Yes, they got little painty strips now for that too.
Don't pluck them out like that. Don't do it. Learn from our mistakes. The extra finger thing, that would freak me out. I feel like that would freak anybody out. Don't shake somebody's hand. Also, if you're missing a finger, let somebody know. Let them know, unless it's like your pinky and it's not like you can't tell. But if it's one of the other more essential fingers that you are missing, you got to let somebody know before you shake their hand.
You want to know my most embarrassing moment?
Oh my God. Yes, that's a question on one of these cards.
It will. This segues quite nicely because it made me. I still dread. I like this. Okay,
I'm excited.
So, with smartphones and everything and the invention of the stylus to sign the smartphones and having pens available for that. One of my patients, I don't know if he asked me for one or if he had something to sign it with. And I was like, I've had them, but people have stolen them. I was like, people don't, lose their fingers. So usually easier for them to just sign it there. And dude had a couple of partial missing digits.
You said, wait. You said what?
most people have their fingertips attached to their fingers or something along the lines of people don't lose their fingertips. People, like, yeah. And you did not have a finger. So, yes, you can indeed lose your fingertips.
You can cut them off,
but
you can
not
lose
just
them.
mindlessly. And so that is I will live, and I dread for the rest of my life. And whenever I see him, I think about that day and
Oh
wonder.
my God. So, you know what though? Why are doctors halting evolution? Maybe she had those extra pinkies for a reason. Had a friend born with extra pinkies, but they usually remove them at birth. And what if we all had extra pinkies?
Is it also too that maybe you were a twin and
We
you
could
ate your
type
twin?
faster. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to mind. I feel like an extra digit would be utilitarian, right?
I guess if it's fully functioning.
If it is fully functioning, yeah,
Yeah.
you could use it.
Yeah. I mean,
what if you could grow an extra finger and it was fully functioning and could also donate it to somebody who lost a limb?
like
That would like just in case somebody needs a pinky later. I got you.
I don't think that's how prosthetics work or transplants, but that's a little Frankenstein stuff going on.
Okay, one more, and one more. Okay. Would you rather have your head be too big for your body or your hands too small for your body? So like little baby hands or a big ass like what's her name on Wizard of Oz?
The Queen of Hearts
Queen of Hearts head.
in Alice.
What did I say? Wizard of Oz.
Or the head behind the curtain. That's also equivalent with the big head behind the curtain.
Big head or baby hands? Which would you rather?
How big a bit? Like, are we talking again? Like big? Like this is how big my head is?
I feel like big head.
This is how big my
I feel like exaggerated. So let's go exaggerated.
Baby Kelly says baby hands. Baby hands too.
No, you do not. You do not work with the guy that has baby hands. What does he do? Like, what does he do with them? Does his baby hands match his size, or is he just has baby hands and he's like, what if you were like 6'4"
and baby hands are they soft, like little like soft velvety baby, like baby skin, like soft, like
like this?
All I think about is that Saturday Night Live skit where she Kristen Wiig, or she's got the little
baby hands.
I
don't know. I want to. So just like he's like 200 pounds. No, he is not. With baby hands, how much does his like are we talking like he's got little like I would not also
baby, like what size child, like
how baby? Are we talking baby or
10-year-old? 5-year-old.
She said, I hate my 8 head.
Just baby
hands. I don't touch his baby hands. You go to shake hands with him like, no, sir. No. Nice to meet you. Elbows. So like his hand fits inside of your hand if you were to touch it. It's like it fits inside. How old are his, like a 10-year-old on a 200-pound man? That's hilarious. Like an average size. We're talking average size 10-year-old. That's weird. I heard Matthew McConaughey has small arms and small hands. I heard that. I heard he had short arms and small hands. Um, listen here.
Camera angles do wonders, y'all.
Here's the thing. If you have a big head, though, does that also imply that you have a big brain? And how heavy is it? How heavy is your brain? Because if it's heavy, if it's too heavy on your neck and you got to neck brace it up, that's the problem. But I also feel like I don't know. I mean, as a woman, we already have kind of like smaller hands, but like I feel like I wouldn't be able to function with little baby hands. Like,
yeah, I
like
guess
how do
because I do
you?
so much with my hands, I'm like, no,
Right.
I feel like I need full size hands. I already got neck problems, so I'll big head. I don't know.
Well, speaking of hands, listen, this is really the last one. This is for real, the last one. Okay. So we'll revisit these later again.
We might do this on occasion whenever, we don't have a guest rolling through, and this is fun. Like, I'm glad you found these decks.
So here's for real the last one. Just staying with the hands. So baby hands is a consensus, but for me, I don't know. I feel like I would go with a big head because I mean, technically speaking, I'm pretty big headed. I said to somebody the other day that vanity looked good on me. I said, I know I look good. Vanity looks good on me. I don't give a shit. I like whatever. Anyway, so like I feel like having a big head to decorate. I yeah, I also know a guy with a smaller man's body but big head, and we call him Little Big Head. I have died. I am dead. Little Big Head. Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Little Big Head, that they call you that. Okay, the last one, because we talked about this earlier, that we do like we're always constantly typing, doing stuff with our hands. Would you rather have your fingers always be sticky or your throat always be itchy? Like constantly.
And again, I my answer again was I would probably go with the throat because I use my hands and I would not be able to deal with
It's making me uncomfortable right now.
Like and that's the thing. It's like, okay, if it makes me drink more or if it makes me, like I'm already clearing my throat and coughing, so
I don't know. I would like to ask somebody that does actually have that listen. There's a chronic disorder. I don't know what it's called, but I know that like people suffer from it. But my mom has this chronic disorder. She's gotten everything checked from her sinuses down. They cannot figure out she has a chronic cough. She's always coughing. It's like a dry cough. Mm-hmm. It's like a dry cough. And like it feels uncomfortable for just being, you know what I'm saying? To be like that all the time for no reason though. Like not out, you can't just pop a pill about it. Yeah. Like she's constantly got this dry cough. You guys know what it feels like when you walk out and your throat gets all dry, you got to cough it out. Mm-hmm. Feel like that all the time because it's like a little itch there too.
Yeah. I had to one day. Dr. B was like, just kept,
Sir, I'm gonna need you to drink some water.
Exactly. I was like, hey, B, why don't you take a sip? You got some water nearby? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a rough one, right?
Usually, all of us are like, nah, we got a reason. We're like, oh, I'm already dealing with throat shit.
This is true. I also like the other day I made Nugget his meat cake for his Nuggets.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
So good, right? Nuggets Adopt Day was on the 21st. And we did have to work, but then we came home and we had a little impromptu party for him. And I made him a little meat cake. So we found this like tube of dog food stuff and we thawed it out and I pressed it into like a bowl with some saran wrap in it. And then I dumped it over and, did the decoration and whatever. But when I was pressing it with my hands, and then I had to go, even though I knew I was going to come back and touch it again, I had to go wash my hands because it was so like, yeah, on my hands. So yeah, like I don't know.
No,
I don't know. Both of those, I mean, obviously both of those choices are shit. That's why we put them on but yeah, like, oh my God. But hearing my mom in that scratchy throat position all the time, I'm like, please God, no.
Right.
Please, I hope that's not genetic. Like, I like hope that's just like, that's like something else. That's for her. I hope that's for her. I hope that's not for me. Sometimes I'll get that dry cough because I'm like smoked a dab or something, and then my throat will be just dried out for like a half hour or whatever. And I'll be like, oh no, Lord, it's coming. Like Sanford and Sons. I'd be like, it's coming. But it's not. It's just a dry dab throat. Did you know that do you ever look at those I see those memes all the time where they talk about like those shows that they had in the like 70s and early 80s, like how old those characters were. Even the Golden Girls. Did you know the Golden Girls were all in their 40s and 50s
when they recorded that?
When they recorded that show?
Yeah.
Like mid 40s and 50s, early 40s. Rue McClanahan was early 40s. So I'm just like, we are the youngest generation.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see my fair share of people that have not been a part of the
life treated
generation gene. Where whereas a lot of my friends that I graduated high school with, looking at everybody, we have not aged. Looking at people above and below us class wise, like it's just different.
It's crazy to look at somebody from the 80s who said that they were 45. No wonder we were afraid of getting older. I was like, holy shit. People, when you look back at the 80s at 45, people look like they were on their way to the grave. Like, why? 45, that's not what 45, this is what 45 looks like or could look like, just so y'all know.
I mean, I don't know. I wonder if there's any, I don't know why. But I think about some of the younger generations under us that
we're preserved because they fed us processed foods so hard.
With so many preservatives, right? We have so many preservatives inside us.
True.
I think too, like I look at some of people that I know in their 20s and they look older than me, and I'm like, okay,
that's because they still drinking.
That's where I see the difference. I guess. I mean,
because remember, I bring this picture up all the time, but like in my mid 30s, I definitely looked older than I do right now, and I was still drinking and stressed the fuck out about everything.
Yeah.
It is really like in your 20s, that's the culture, right? So like everybody's drinking. I know so many of my friends that came out of their 20s and stopped drinking because they were alcoholics. Like y'all was going hard. And us too. We went like
us too, yeah. I mean, I'm still straight up, like I'm like I still.
But you don't drink every day. But you don't drink every day.
No, I don't drink every day anymore. Yeah, at one point in my life, I did. And there's definitely changes. You can see it in my pictures and whatnot.
Yeah. And, my face is less round.
The puffiness, puffy. And to me, it's that sugar intake. Because everything that I was drinking so much sugar, so much beer, Guinness and beer, and
think about how you live your life in your 20s, like in general, and then think about the financial climate right now too.
And I drink a crap ton more soda like that. I don't drink now. Like
so much soda.
I will here and there have a soda, Dr. Pepper, whatever.
I don't even drink those anymore. I drink just like natural cane sugar.
I'll do those too. I like those where you can find them, but it's
like local sodas.
That's one thing. Now that sister's not here, I probably won't pick up another Dr. Pepper until I go to
She's a big doctor. They're so sweet for me right now. I think the ones like I sometimes will have like a Zuber Fizz, which is a local soda for around here, and or Boylan is one of my favorites too. But like I can't get down on those super, super, super sweet sodas anymore.
I can't either. I
It's
I always say
hard.
this. I'm like, I like my sugar in other places.
I'll take like 2
Um,
sips and be like, whoa, like it's too much.
but yeah, I don't like, I don't know. The sugar again. I like my sugar in other places, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's not in one
It's
soda because
it's
that's how much
everywhere.
your one soda that contains your dietary sugar cap is not not the way to approach things. So and yeah,
I
speaking of that, we have 0 sugar in our Queen Kitty
That's true.
seltzers. Queen,
Pop this kitty.
pop this
I
kitty.
brought a whole can in here so that I could have one for the commercial break. Schnooks, that's how I spend most of my life, but then I joined the Navy, and you can't be a stoner in the Navy. So I drank heavily, and that's like the climate, but I always felt like an outsider even when I was drinking because I was like kind of forcing myself.
I was a restaurant person in my 20s. So like I had, it was lifestyle, it was
Mhm.
the social stuff.
Yeah.
But I did have a few friends that were not they committed to being not drinkers. I had a friend who was like, he knew that alcoholism ran in his family. He saw damage and he was like, I'm gonna choose to, and he saw it in himself, and he's like, I'm gonna choose to not. And he would, we'd go out. He'd still go out. We'd go out and have a beer, and he'd order a soda or seltzer water
Yeah.
or water, and people be like, "Let me buy you a drink." He's like, "No, I'm good." And the pressure and the idea of me being
Yeah, you
so
gotta make
weird, like,
excuses for why.
why are you not? And then he's like, then he has to tell a story. What if people that
What
are
if
in
I don't have a
recovery?
story? I
What
just
if I
don't
don't have a
like.
story? I just don't
Yeah.
want to, and people get belligerent about it. To be honest, if you're like, I don't like it, then they're like, why? And then they get even more, it's crazy. But it happens. And I've sat there and watched it, and I'm like, and so, almost to the point where he would like sit with some kind that looked more like a cocktail or a drink just so people wouldn't be like,
I tell people all the time, bring it to me in a grown-up glass, girl. Don't bring it to me in a water glass. Like,
yeah, put it in the rocks, a
yeah,
highball, whatever.
I'm just drinking
Thing.
seltzer water. Just bring it to me in a grown-up glass. Like,
Yeah.
make it look like I'm drinking something important.
Yeah, and with Queen Kitty seltzers, you can do that. You don't have to pretend like you want to drink boring water with a lemon, plain soda water with a lime. You want to pick up a Queen Kitty seltzer. Get your local retailer, restaurant, store to contact us for wholesale opportunities. Solo.to/Queen Kitty Seltzer, and that's what takes you to all the important links to get to us. And bubblegum, people.
It's where it's at.
It's where it's
I love
at.
the other
And
flavors too, but the bubblegum is a star.
yes, all exactly. We are working on our other angles to get this into your hands.
I promise you I
We
am. I
are.
promise you I have those emails out.
We
I
keep
mean, I'm
saying
not.
we are saying it because we're gonna make it happen, and it's just we're trying to be smart about it. Let's
Yes. Well, also, I'm
and
just waiting for somebody to contact me back and be like, yeah,
yes,
this is what you have to do.
and come up with a plan for it. Yes.
I just want to address Schnook's comment and Nex's comment too. That you want sugar, not corn syrup. That's true. That is also why I prefer the natural
Yes.
cane sugar. And corn syrup is awful for you. Corn syrup is in it's in everything, yo.
Sugar
The
is
other
in
day,
everything too, but yes.
day we picked up some $5 shrimps at the city market. So they got the $5 shrimps there, and you can buy a little thing, and it's just like all piled up, and then whatever. Actually, no, we went to another store to get it, but I was, it has cocktail sauce in it, And I opened the cocktail sauce, but I was looking at the ingredients, and one of the first ingredients was high fructose corn syrup.
High fructose corn syrup.
I
It's
was
bad.
like, come on.
It's bad. Sugar is good in moderation,
like
you know, but you don't need, in moderation.
You don't need it in your cannabis, though. I'm going to tell you that, you guys, because there's a lot of reasons why people use cannabis. Well, one of the reasons why you use cannabis is not to get cancer. That's for certain. So adding sugar to your cannabis can be potentially dangerous. I mean, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, so don't,
it's just not complimentary. How about
they're not complimentary. Cancer actually feeds on sugar. So when you introduce sugar to your body, the cancer is eating that up. And we all have cancer cells. It's just a matter of whether or not they remain inactive or not.
Right.
So,
and if they get angry, they're getting angry at you.
So just understand that sugar, I mean, and I'm also, I will say I'm a victim too. Sugar is it's very prominent in my life. A lot of the things that I eat have sugar in it. I definitely would love to do better about that. But point is that, I guess one is better than the other, but we want to try to avoid having sugar complement our CBD in any way, because it's not a complement. It's a hindrance.
Pick up a Queen Kitty seltzer. Pop this kitty.
Pop this kitty. Put it in your mouth.
Clear that throat.
Oh my God. I feel like that's what it should say. Pop this kitty, put it in your mouth. Oh my God. Okay, you guys, it's been a great show. We made it to the 140 mark. I think we're gonna call it for that.
Thanks for being with us and hanging with us, y'all.
I'm gonna click this on. I think I'm loaded. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sister broke my battery. She can't get it to work.
Yeah. There's more. You guys, be nice to yourself. Put your mask on before assisting others. It's very important. Self-care is so fucking important.
Schedule it if you have to. There's always time for it.
Just like 5 minutes to breathe it out.
Yep. Or scream it out.
Go
Take a big scream.
I need one of those. I need to get to the top of a mountain and just like scream my lungs out.
Yes. I mean, you could even do, have you ever done silent screaming? Feels good too.
I watched Ted Lasso, and there's that scene where Rebecca says before she goes into a stressful meeting or like an intimidating meeting or whatever, she makes herself bigger. Mm-hmm, I kind of think about that. We're like, so
yes.
Anyway,
be nice to yourself. Cultivate love. You deserve it.
You do.
And then then you have more to spread around. So
absolutely.
And as always,
stay lifted.
Stay lifted.
We love you guys. See you on Wednesday. We got a special guest, Stanford. Frazier. Stanford Frazier. We're going to talk to him about him. So stay tuned. And Maryland. We're going to talk to him about him and Maryland. So join us on Wednesday at 4:20 Mountain Standard Time. We will see you there. Join us in Discord. Otherwise, we love you guys.